camera. And we are live. We're live, bro.
Welcome. Well, the song confused me 'cause I didn't know if it was gonna end. But welcome to PTCI. The Saints have a real good chance of winning the division, going 7-9, and I'm okay with that.
And it looks like the whole NFC West is going to go at least 8-8 or 8-9. Let's jump into the show. Speaking of football, Week 7. What were your thoughts on Week 7?
Once again, a very crazy week. Like I feel like this is the most up and down year in like football history. Like the best teams aren't actually the best, and then like teams that weren't supposed to be good are good. It's just so weird to me. Like it's so hard to even bet because you're just so unpredictable.
I'm thinking that if anyone said that Brady would lose to the Panthers and Rodgers would lose to the Commanders at the start of this season, you would have got slapped right across the face as you should have.
Right. And saying Rodgers is going to lose back-to-back weeks to the Jets and the Commanders.
Yeah. What'd you think of Christian McCaffrey's debut with the Niners?
I mean, he played all right, but I didn't expect him to really have the playbook down in 3 days. So we'll see what he does next week with like a full week of practicing with them.
Yeah, that's fair. Um, my kind of thing is I don't know. Oh, wait, I didn't start the time. Oh, I'll keep going. But I don't know how much of the answer he really is for them. Like, because it seems like they're having the same problems we're having with O line. Because like if the Niners score within like 5 minutes, it's shocking to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, they start slow and then like like you said, like Jimmy G's under pressure like every time. Every time he snaps the ball, it's like he's got like 2 seconds to get rid of the ball and that has to change.
Yeah. This is like it. Like, wouldn't you imagine Christian McCaffrey would like be on a team like the Chiefs or something? A team that like moves the ball quickly, not this power run offense.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he would not have chose the Niners if he had the choice, you know? But
Speaking of
yeah.
that, John Lynch was like, "I'm pretty sure he's happy he's with the Niners and not the Rams." Basically, is what he said. Yeah, it's
Uh,
like, oh really? Is that what you think? Well, let's come back to this in like 2 weeks when he's hurt because you guys ran him 30 times. you know.
right. Honestly.
Anything else on Week 7?
Uh no, I pretty much said what I gotta say.
One more thing on Week 7. That Sunday night football game, I think, was the most boring game of the year so far. What about you?
Dude, the primetime games this year are ass. Like, I don't understand what. Like, even before the year turned out as crazy it was, Dolphins and Steelers,
I
that was not
know.
a good matchup for primetime. And then tonight, Patriots and Bears. Like, what are they doing?
Hey, the good thing about that game, from the parts I was watching, was it at least looked kind of like what is it, like 17-14 right now at the half, about to go into the half.
I think so. I'm kind of upset because I was hoping the Patriots would just get like a bunch of field goals because I need their kicker to get like 12 points so I could win in fantasy.
Oh, I guess one more thing before we leave Week 7. It's kind of crazy, but the Bulls are playing the Celtics right now, and the Bears
Uh,
are playing the Patriots right now. Like, what are the
uh,
odds of that, right? Two Chicago
yeah,
and two New England teams. Yeah.
that's that's pretty cool actually.
All right, but let's move on to. I've kind of been spearheading this.
Uh,
The Eagles, of course, still undefeated in their bye week. Is this the week they're going to lose? No, but I think they will feel the heat in this game. I think they might even be down heading into like the third quarter or so. What about you?
yeah, I feel like a team that you don't expect to win is going to be the team to win against them. And the Steelers got a good chance. I don't know if they will, but I think they got a pretty good chance.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
and just that hometown like rivalry as well. You know,
Oh yeah.
home state rivalry, I guess.
Anything else on this one?
No,
No. All right. And I know how much you love this guy, so I'll give you the chance to talk on him.
yeah.
Matty Ice has been iced. What do you got to say on that?
I mean, like I was kind of saying, he's kind of been carried by real good receivers most of his career. I feel like he's always kind of had bad decision making and not very accurate throws. Like if they're not wide open, I feel like he can't really thread a needle. Plus now he's like way up there in age, so I don't know what I don't know why. I thought the Colts were going to be winning that division, but not off because of Matt Ryan. I thought their run game and defense would get them there. None of that has panned out, so I don't think benching Matt Ryan is going to help, but I guess give the up and coming guys some reps will help for the future.
Okay. Yeah, I would just say I think he's probably washed. He's already stiff. He never really played like Brady to me, so
Yeah.
it's about that clocking hour for him to check out. It's about that time.
Yeah. Honestly, he could be a backup, get some checks for a couple years like Joe Flacco is and then just retire.
Yeah. All right. NBA is back finally. Um, you want to start this one off?
Oh yeah. So I think some of my biggest takeaways so far are the Warriors are still just as good as they were last year. Dame is playing lights out. I think he's real hungry to make a splash this year, go for a deep playoff run again. Maybe make the finals again, but that'll be hard. Uh and then the Pelicans, when they're healthy, they're really good. But Brandon Ingram getting a concussion, Zion having that hip contusion now. It's like, can they catch a break? Like, it's just a little. I'm like really excited to see what they do, and it's like if that's how the season pans out, I'm gonna be pretty disappointed.
Yeah. Um. Anything else in the NBA before I go?
I'm actually kind of pleasantly surprised with how the Knicks have been playing. We're doing a lot better than I thought. 2-2 right now, so I'm excited.
I guess I'll pick up with my favorite team. I like where the Nuggets are right now. I think we could tighten up the defense, but that's like a yearly thing with the Nuggets.
Yeah,
Um, I am a little worried about tonight's game. Dame, that man Dame is crazy. The Jazz being 3-0. I didn't see that coming. That's for sure. Um,
yeah, man.
I got one more other thing on the Jazz, but we gotta wait till the next topic. Um,
Mm,
actually, that's probably. I guess like what you were saying with the Warriors. I didn't expect them
yeah,
to be like lights out, but they're still good. But I mean, they're still
yeah,
better than I expected. But yeah.
yeah.
But anyways, what I was getting at was apparently the Lakers have reopened that discussion with Westbrook for Jordan Clarkson, Mike Conley, and one other player. I can't. Rudy Gay. And if I'm the
Uh,
Jazz, I'm saying unless they throw in that first, I ain't doing it. What about you?
I don't. I don't know. I don't really think that helps either team because I don't think it. The blame is not all on Westbrook. The whole team is shooting atrocious. It's not just him. And like
Exactly.
everyone was blaming Russell Westbrook for that jump shot he took last night with like 30 seconds left, but they don't talk about how like 10 seconds before that LeBron took the dumbest three he could possibly take. I just it's always somebody else has to get the blame besides LeBron and like the star players, but I don't know. I want to see Westbrook in a new system and see if he plays better because he's never played this bad until now. So I want him out of there, but I don't really think that makes sense for the Jazz. And then also don't think those guys are going to make a huge difference if they go to the Lakers.
Yeah. I guess to clarify what I was getting at, I only see that trade as in like why should the Jazz help out the Lakers unless they throw in that first? You know? What?
Yeah.
What? Jeez. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Anyways, um, yeah, we can just move on. I don't remember what I was getting at. uh, what do you got to say on this?
Yeah, so they're saying that there's a possibility he could return before the end of this year. I don't understand why. Like, they don't need him back right now. Like, yeah, it'd be cool if he was. But, like, why take that pop away from the Rumble? And, like, if he returns now and loses steam before the Rumble, then he can't really win it. So I think just, even if he's healthy, just wait a month or two. Like, it's not that crazy.
So, do you think he should return after?
I think he should return at the Rumble. Like, that's the
At
perfect spot.
see, if it wasn't if it was still Vince running it, I think he would return after the Rumble. But with Triple H running it, it just seems so perfect that he's gonna return at the Rumble.
Right.
You know, my one thing is, I hope he's not 1, 2, or 30.
No, yeah, I hope he's like 21 or something like that, like just a random number.
Yeah, somewhere near the end, but not one of those big three. You know?
Yeah, like he doesn't have to be the Iron Man, and then like yeah, I don't like when that guys just come in at the last and win it. Like
Yeah.
at least make him like have to earn it, you know?
I guess trying to predict the future. If he is, if he is at number 31 or 2, how much do you think the wrestling internet community will blow that up?
So like if he's not
Because you know, if he's not one of those numbers, they're gonna be like, "Oh, it would have been the loudest pop if he was 30." You know?
I don't know. I don't think it shouldn't matter what number you are to get the pop cuz I don't think Edge was number 30, wasn't he? Wasn't he like 27?
He was 29. Oh, which time?
I don't know, is he 30 anytime?
So he was 29 when he came back from the ACL injury, and I think
Uh-huh.
you are right. I think he was like 27 or 21. He was in that 20ish area though.
Yeah, so like you don't have to be number 30 to get a big pop, you know? And
Yeah, that's a fair
he
point.
doesn't have he doesn't have to be the only big return. Like you could have someone else like maybe not as big come at 30, but like someone who will get the crowd like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Okay, so we're already over. So just take as much time as you want with this, dude. UFC 280. What's your thoughts?
Man, so I was like so hyped for this card. And don't get me wrong, it still had some exciting fights, but when Piotr Jan got ripped off by Sean O'Malley cuz I thought he won all 3 rounds. I admit Sean O'Malley looked better than I expected. Like I thought he was just gonna get ran. He held in there. But for anybody to think he won 2 of those rounds is insane. And Piotr Jan's been screwed like 3 times in a row now, and it's just like, man, I feel so bad for him. But it's just Sean O'Malley's the new cash cow, so they wanted him in it. And then TJ Dillashaw said he separated his shoulder in April. He went 7 months. Didn't tell anybody. Didn't pull out of the fight. Like he could have pulled out of the fight in like July, and that would have gave them plenty of time to find someone else. But instead, he fights, separates his shoulder in like 10 seconds, and then gets beat on for a round and a half, and that's it. Like what a waste of time. Like you could have just not fought, and we could have got like. So they were gonna give Jose Aldo the title shot if TJ Dillashaw lost to Corey Sandhagen. They should have just done that. Give Jose Aldo one last hurrah title fight. But TJ Dillashaw made us lose that. And then the main event, I don't know what Charles was thinking. He literally played right into Islam's game. He was the one initiating the grappling. He kept getting him in the clinch, trying to go for takedowns instead of keeping his distance and just striking. That was what he should have done. I don't know who he was trying to prove a point or something, and it was stupid. He should have just stuck to his game plan because he got rocked, and then as soon as he fell, Islam just fell into an arm triangle and choked him out. And I'm like, man, especially like that way. Like if it was like 5 rounds of Islam just like laying on him. That's what I would expect for Islam to win. But to get tapped out when you're like the guy who taps everybody out is just like a kick in the groin. But now we're getting Islam versus Volkanovski because Volkanovski's trying to get that double champ. But he got into the cage and Islam is like huge. He's way bigger than Volk. I don't know how Volk's gonna win, but yeah, that's where we're at now. So it's like it's always the super hyped cards that just don't live up. Like, don't get me wrong, like I said, like the Peter Yan and Sean O'Malley fight was fun, but the ending just soured it. But then the fight before that, Benil Dariush and Gamrot, that was a fun fight. But other than that, it was kind of a disappointing card.
Well, hey, dude, that was perfect timing. You literally ended with the music. All right, well, thanks for being on episode 10, guys, in the books.